John Seed said my sin is greed. So, what, it's greedy to want to look out for your family? Fuck him. I read the Bible. I know what's right. These Peggies, they take something good and twist it all up. I just want what any normal person wants. I want my business to do well, a happy home. And yeah, I want to turn everybody in the Seed family into Swiss cheese.
My pops taught me how to shoot. He was the one who trained me for the Olympics. It's so strange to not have him around. Even when I was deployed, we used to talk so much. A piece of me knows he's gone, but another piece thinks I can just call him up.
Hey, do me a kindness. Don't go blabbing to everybody about my love for disco music. I mean, I'm not ashamed or nothing. It's the greatest music ever created, and I do believe that it will come back one day, but until that glorious day, just, keep it under your Stetson. People around here can be kind of mean, judgy. Just 'cause I don't listen to Hank and Waylon, I mean, whatever. I like to dance. When I got back into town, I was looking to establish myself in a new social circle, and I kept hearing about these fellas, the Peggies, and how they was snatching up guns and food and women and stuff like that. And I was thinking, that sounds like a pretty good time to me, man. Those are three things that I'm really into and have been for a long time, man. So I decided I'm going to go join them. So I hopped in my daddy's truck, and I went to the store, grabbed a sixer and a fifth of brown liquor, because I'm a gentleman. I bring a gift to a party. And I shows up, man, ready to go, man. Dick out. Let's fucking party. And they just looked at me like I had fucking, I don't know, taken a shit in their cornflakes or something, man. I just told them I wanted to join fucking party and stuff, and then they go on about all these rules and this long-ass walk, and I was like, man, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I gave each one of them the bird personally to their faces, man, and I just peaced out, man. They got pretty dickish after that. I don't know what their problem was.
I get a lot of shit for abandoning my family. As if I left my poor husband to raise our baby on his own. Ha! Junior's dumbass was 25 when I divorced his daddy. And it's not my fault that Senior never learned to cook. Somehow I found time while I was raising his demon seed and running his business. Meanwhile, those ungrateful twat waffles have everyone thinking they're the victims.
Kim and I both agree that we don't want our kid going to any Eden's Gate school. I don't want my kid calling Joseph Seed the father. I'm the fucking father. I personally ain't got a problem with a kid growing up with two fathers or two mothers or anything else. Parents is parents. But anyways, I just don't think a kid should grow up in a cult.
Every person who follows Joseph Seed and believes that Eden's Gate bullshit needs to be wiped off the earth. Deputy, all you gotta do is get me in front of them and give me enough bullets to do the job. I'll take whatever I get coming to me when I'm dead. They took my only reason for living.
Yeah, Charlemagne's my name. You know who I'm named after? No, not some old king or a New York City DJ or nothing. I was named after my uncle. Yeah, he won a bet with my old man. My old man said that if my Uncle Charlie got a boob job and kept them in for 6 months, he could name me. Anyways, Uncle Charlie won the bet and kept the boobs. Yeah, he said they bring him good luck because he ain't never won a bet before that. Man, I do not get these Peggies, you know what I'm saying, amigo? No alcohol, no parties, no sex. What kind of cult doesn't have sex, man? Freaky-deaky sex. That's what cult means, man. Come ultra lots times, man. Come on, that's the whole point. You have sex with the women folk for a bunch of years. And then after a while, you start having sex with their husbands too. Not because you're gay or nothing, just because, I don't know, things escalate and get weird, man. I don't make the rules. This is just cult life, man. Cult life.
Don't even get me started about my settlement. Senior is lazier than a house cat. I built his business while he sat around getting shit-housed on cheap party liquor. I could have taken half, but instead I took what was mine. The marina and Tulip. He can keep the rest, including our water-headed son.
Whenever I feel depressed about the cult, I think about how great it is to be a bald eagle, and that somewhere in the world a bald eagle must be thinking about how great it is to be me. And if they think my life's great, then I should think my life's great. That thought always cheers me up.
A lot of what I'm feeling feels like a nightmare. Eden's Gate is going beyond what I saw happen in Afghanistan. Joseph Seed has these people brainwashed.
They say you never forget your first time, huh? Ain't that some truth? I'll tell you about my first time. It's a good story. I was 13 years old. It was my first date with Wendy Snorbush. We met at the roller rink outside Falls End. Used to skate there, listen to the sound of the 70s, Bee Gees, Donna Summer, all the greats. Bad Girl came on, and man, that was my tune. So I said to myself, make your move, Sharky, make your move. So I skated up behind her, hands on the hips, worked them up the front, under their shirt, on top of, for some very respectful training bra, actione. Turned around, man, slapped me. Kicked me in the nuts with the roller skates on. I fell on the ground. Skaters were tripping all over me, man. It was like a Tour de France accident. Anyways, I get up, feeling pretty terrible about myself. Go out back, have a smoke. I'm looking at this trash can there thinking, I'm gonna light that trash can on fire, see if it makes me feel better. And boy, I tell you, it did. It did. Lighting that trash can on fire made me feel great. But as fire does, it got a mind of its own, and well, the fire decided to burn down the whole rink and half the city block. But boy, I tell you, goddamn, staring at those flames, feeling that heat, still makes me thick in the pants thinking about it. You know, that's probably why I like disco so much. Reminds me of all the things I love. Boners.
I'll be honest with you, man. I took my parents' divorce real personal. I know they say it ain't never the kid's fault, but man, I took it to heart anyway. Ran away from home. Dude, I was terrified. I had just turned 30 years old, and I didn't know what I was doing, man. I mean, there was a thrill that came with being a runaway and a freedom that I cannot explain. I mean, that's where I found myself, and that is why I recommend running away to every child I meet.
You ever fuck a middle-aged white man? Disgusting, sweaty fart monsters, all of them. Which is why I'm only messing with young trophy boys like Xander from now on. For one thing, they take care of themselves physically. Another, they actually care about getting you off. And finally, they're not opposed to a good pegging every now and again when they've been a naughty boy.
Man, Kim's so smart. Even before she got pregnant, she said she was thinking for 2. Now with the baby on the way, she started saying that she's thinking for 3. I know what she's after. It's like a subtle way of saying she wants another kid.
God gave me these talents. My eyes, my aim, my trigger finger. I'm better than most of the people on the planet. It's a combo that's only good for a handful of situations. Competing, hunting, and war zones. I thought my shooting days were behind me, but God knows what I can do. I know why he has me here.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't always had the best relationship with law enforcement. I mean, they kind of just generally take issue with how I conduct my life, you know, with the fires and the public masturbating. Even though it's in my car, is that even really public? Whatever. I'm just saying, you're a good guy. You know what you are? You're one of the cops they talk about on the news and stuff after they bust a dirty cop and they're like, you know, not all cops are like this. Some of the cops are good people. Well, that's you, man. You're the good people cop.
Y'all know the story of the Monkey King, right? You don't? Oh, man, buckle up. This one's a doozy. Gonna push your hair back here. Okay, long time ago, there was this little mountain village in Kyrat. Things weren't going so well there. Everyone was starving and depressed and in real rough shape until one day, this sickly little monkey just shows up. The villagers, they took him in, and they didn't have much, but what they had, they shared with the monkey. Everyone fell in love with him. He was just adorable, man, and he gave them something to focus on other than their hard times. And he became family, you know? They even let him drink with them and join in on their smoke sessions and blow them supers and stuff. And this is a fact. He was actually the first monkey ever to wear roller skates or smoke a cigar or play an accordion or anything like that. I mean, he was a next-level monkey. But one night, he just disappeared, man. Into the woods, apparently. Weeks went by, man. Months went by. Depression set back in, and they thought that monkey was gone. They didn't ever think they'd see their cute little buddy again. But then out of the blue, one afternoon, he appeared, gift in hand. He wanted to thank them for the kindness they had shown him, and he had gone into the woods and found this unfamiliar seed pod and brought it back to the people of the village. He squeezed the contents into a pipe and he gave it to a villager to smoke. The villager took one puff and his eyes rolled back into his head. He had never felt so relaxed, so free, so happy. Soon, everyone in town joined in, and they all got hooked on what is now commonly referred to as opium. But the problem was nobody knew where to find this magnificent flower pod. That was except for the monkey, who, then, being a clever monkey, used it as leverage to become their ruler and eventually their god. So apart from enslaving a village with hardcore drug addiction, that God was pretty cool and rocked it pretty hard, if you ask me. I mean, he's mischievous. He likes to party. He can roller skate. Oh, man, that's why I'm going all in with the Monkey King.
Thank God that Lilith Fair reject Faith is gone. I couldn't take her goddamn singing all the time. We get it. You can sing. Get a YouTube channel and sing hip-hop covers like the rest of the dippy broads and leave me out of it.
Kim and I used to throw these weekend barbecues. Open invite. All you had to do was bring something. And if you can believe it, the whole Seed family came once. They bring watery mac and cheese. Man, I should have knew they were monsters when they did that.
I know parents dying is the natural order of things. I know I should have been prepared for it, but I wasn't. He was always there. He was a rock in my life. I know I need to close the wound and move on, but I feel stuck.
Talk about my psycho radar failing me, man. When I first met Faith, I tell ya, I was ready to eat her up like a dog on a peanut butter biscuit. See, I ain't had much luck with women in my life, and Faith was sweet and gentle. She'd come around, we'd chit-chat. Of course, my brain wasn't actually registering none of the words she was saying, just my ears were paying way too much attention to, like, the soothing sound of her voice and, like, the pitch, the cadence. I mean, it melted my heart. Guess there is a downfall to being so musically inclined.
Dude, you should hang out with my little cousin Sharky while you're in town. You met him yet, man? He is fucking good people. Yeah, his parents weren't around so much, so I basically raised him, man. He's kind of like my son in a way. I did a kick-ass job, too, man. He rocks it hard. Real into shooting guns, explosions, and slamming beers and clams. Oh, man, second coolest dude in Hope County, probably. You'd like him.
So you saved Sharky's ass. Was it worth it? The Beauchamps aren't the brightest, and that kid's always looked at fire like it was wearing a bikini. If you keep him around, just make sure he doesn't plug the nozzle of his flamethrower with something, if you catch my drift, honey.
Man, I cried the other day. It was weird as fuck. I never cry. I was in the baby's room and this baby music starts going. Man, Waterworks City. Something about putting a little sock on a little foot. It's just so dang cute.
I know I'm in shock. This isn't the first time. My best friend died while I was doing basic. My drill sergeant saw I was slipping. My brain wasn't in it. He pulled me aside and gave me advice I still carry with me to this day. He said, when your life feels out of control, focus on the work. The work will always be there for you. It's something that's stable when your world is chaotic.
Eating pussy and kicking ass, man, that ain't just a song I wrote. It's the way I live my life. Okay, I live it like that every day. Well, the kicking ass part, but I'm on a touch of a dry spell with the former. But hanging out with you, saving Hope County like this, boy, I tell you, things have got to change, right? At least I hope they do. Pretty lonely. Hey, will we still be friends after this?
Oh, my goodness, man. I do not want to get ahead of myself, but I can tell already that we're going to be best friends. Probably end up with tattoos of each other. Oh, man, fate has brought us together, Migo. I feel that in my heart. Or is it the fate of the Monkey King that brought us together? Well, I guess it's the same thing. I mean, he controls all wonderful things in the world, so...
I had no idea people were hunkered down at the old prison here. It was like the third season of that zombie show, only more boring and with less hunks.
So, Kim, my wife, she's 8.5 months along. Now, if it's a boy, which I'm pretty sure it is, it's going to be Nick Rye Jr., named after me. I've had that name my whole life. It's been field tested. I know it's a good one. If it's a girl, well, I guess Kim's picking the name. She said I can't call her Nick Jr.
In tough times, I try to think about what my pops used to say. He had these nuggets of wisdom you could really chew on. Quotes like, no matter how bad a day is, 1 second after midnight, it all turns into yesterday. I don't know if that wisdom works anymore. That's a quote from a very different time.
My cousin Herc's been around, man, and for some reason, I tell you, trouble just seems to find him wherever he goes. That's a big reason why he actually moved home and just, settled down here. The stories he's told me, man, about the shit that went down when he liberated Rook Islands and Kyrat. Oh, he's one bad dude, man. He can kill a guy with his pinky, he told me. He said that on these islands, he's considered one of the greatest warriors and lovers of all time. And You know, he's a bad dude. He's like a one-man army.
Want nums, yo, my monkey bro. Num yum, yo, my monkey bro. No, yeah, mekayakahani ho. Mekayakahani ho with a monkey bro. Man, you like that? You like that, dude? Yeah, man, I learned that in Kairat. The little Asian fellas, they be running around the temples and chanting it all the time, man. It's a prayer of devotion to the Monkey King. I think it is. I don't really speak Kairat, but I know a prayer to a Monkey King when I hear one. Num num yo, my monkey bro. Num num yo, let's go, monkey bro.
So, the rumors about that misery place were true. There's a little spanking and hot wax, and then there's that. Lordy! Whew, I thought it was all exaggeration. That's sad as hell. I don't want to think about it anymore. Thank God you shut it down.
Let me tell you, third trimester pregnancy hormones are straight up bananas. The mood swings are so dramatic. I switch up emotions so fast now, and don't get me started on all the weight I put on. These are my fat genes.
I know people have their own shit that they're going through with Eden's Gate, but I can't dish out any sympathy. I'm broke. Not broken. I'm emotionally broke. It takes so much energy for me to get through the day. All I want to do is pick up the ground, slip underneath, curl up in a ball, and cry my eyes out. But we got work to do, and I'll save my crying for when those Peggies are gone.
Herc's always telling me I need to see the world, but I've seen it all, man. I've seen it all from the comfort of my couch, too. I rented some of those, foreign movies with the sub-titties and stuff like that. They were boring as shit. I don't know what his obsession with foreigners is, man. When you're talking to a real foreigner, they don't even have the floaty English words at the bottom so you know what they're saying. Stupid.
Oh, mighty Monkey King, whose art in heaven, you have blessed me with the sticky green, the cheap beer, and the sweetest of bros. I party in your name and in your name only. If I could ask you but for one small favor, please, Monkey God, please, come down from your heavenly vine and do something about these Peggies. They worship a lesser God than thee and are killing the beautiful, bountiful buzzes of which you have provided me with today. Amen.
Burning down their superflowers and the guy in charge of them was a great idea. Even if the fire did probably give Sharky an erection.
If you ever see me be dumb or say something that's really stupid, it ain't real. See, I heard that laughter's good for pregnant mothers. So, like one of those Hollywood actors, I decided to act like a dingbat and stay in character 24/7. This way, if Kim's around, I got a chance to make her laugh.
I did therapy after the war. PTSDs from Afghanistan. I walked in with a plan. Wanted to be over and done with my issues from the war. It don't work like that. There's no moving on or getting over what you see in your life. I'll be grieving and dealing with it for the rest of my life.
Hey, let me tell you something. My Aunt Addie, I've always had a crush on her. Yeah, never told anybody that. I was always ashamed, you know, and then I started watching that show, though, Game of Owns, as I like to call it, and I don't feel so bad. Yeah, those Hollywood writers are into some kinky shit.
Yo, Bro Buffett, what do you want to do now? Know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we knock back some beers, maybe head down to that lady prison and see if we can't pick us up some nice girlfriends.
I was coming back from getting my Brazilian the first time I saw one of them angels walking along the side of the road. I got a real chill down my spine. Didn't realize what it was at the time. Should have trusted my gut, but I thought it was 'cause my yoni was naked and I was going commando in a sundress.
I wish my dad and his dad were here. They both fought in wars. They got a ton of these medals and stuff for doing brave shit. I'm guessing nobody's getting a medal when this cult thing's over. This thing's a war, but it ain't really an official American war. Or is this a civil war? One thing's for sure, it's fucked up.
People around here love to gossip. They say I killed this many targets in Afghanistan. Talk to someone else, and they say I killed double that number. It's like that game, Telephone. The truth is, I killed a lot of targets. There's an unclassified number and a classified number.
Hey, listen, man, you gotta celebrate your achievements, you know? You can't be constantly comparing yourself to others, you just gotta do you. Like, I ain't rich like my auntie or world-renowned famous like my cousin Herc, but I'll tell you what, I got the biggest piss bottle collection you could imagine. Takes up a whole closet. So, I'm like contributing to the community, you know? I'm helping drug addicts pass drug tests. Preppers are using it to make bullets for the end of the world. And health nuts are drinking it. So, yeah, that's me. I'm just doing me. Collecting piss.
Hey, you gonna join Herc's Gate or what? I need a commitment here, dude.
Thank God you stopped him putting Bliss in the water. But would it have killed you to save a little of that drug for your old friend Addie? You wouldn't believe what that stuff does to Xander in the sack.
Kim's real scared about giving birth. I do an all right job of calming her down and saying everything's going to be fine, but the truth is, I'm just as scared as she is about it. Doc said it'll take her 6 weeks to fully heal if she gets a Caesar section. It's a heavy-duty surgery.
These Peggies think they've got us cornered. Joke's on them. Get ready.
Man, our cult is gonna be amazing. I'm so excited. I got so many ideas on how to set it up, man. I can't even focus on one thing right now. It's crazy, man. It's like someone put a hurricane tornado monsoon with lightning and stuff right inside my brain, man.
Real glad to have my bird back. I'm gonna have to get new seats. 'Cause all I can think about is some dad-bod creep farting up a storm in her. But I'm happy nonetheless.
It's funny how having a kid on the way makes you look at people different. Mary May, Pastor Jerome, and Merle were all babies once, and then they became 3 different adults. What kind of adult is my kid gonna be? Are they gonna be cool or dumb like the Peggies? Time will tell, I guess.
I keep a bullet in my pocket, souvenir of my tour in Afghanistan. It was the last bullet left in the gun of a Taliban who tried to take me down. I keep it to remind myself that I'm a survivor.
So about this Herc's Gate thing, man, I just want you to know that there ain't gonna be no kind of weird stuff like that Eden's Gate nonsense, okay, man? Just fucking guns, girls, and beer, man. And, we'll probably get buck naked every once in a while. I don't know, man. I haven't decided yet.
If Xander's brain-boosting smoothie worked like he claims, he never would have crashed that dredge. Oh well, at least the pineapple keeps him tasting great.
John Seed's a bully. I've gone toe-to-toe with 6 bullies when I was a kid. You know what my record was against them? 6 wins, 0 losses. My dad taught me how to throw a punch, but this ain't the schoolyard. The Seeds are grown-up bully.
Don't know what you've heard about what's going on between me and the cult. For years, my pops antagonized them. They hated him. 2 weeks before you showed up, they ambushed our car. We ended up in the river. The Peggies assumed I was dead. They made sure Pops was. Anyway.
Dang, man, I guess I'm like your assistant now, huh? That's cool, man. I'll be like Lloyd from Entourage, man. Oh, yeah. Fuck, man. You watch that show? I missed that show. I'm gonna go brush off my DVDs when I get home, watch it, man. Season 1 was a killer.
I was always a fine neighbor to those Eden's Gate whack jobs. When they lowballed me for the marina, I didn't even tell them to go fuck themselves, out of respect for their religiosity. Truth be told, I regret biting my tongue.
Man, baby clothes are so cool. Everybody, except for the Peggies, gave us outfits for the baby. We didn't have to buy shit, but we had to go through them, and man, some of these outfits were pretty dope. This one onesie had a dog, a cat, and a slice of pizza all being best friends. That's so cool. I wish I was that small. I'd wear it, you know.
All the sins John Seed committed, all the suffering he dished out, no doubt about it, he's rotten in hell for what he did. But this shit ain't over. Just 'cause you kill a leader don't mean all their followers quit. Some have a reason to surrender. Others have a new reason to fight.
Well, I guess it's good that you're senior's campaign manager now. I mean, he never listened to any of my ideas. Like, my wet t-shirt contest to raise election fundraisers. I was going to call it an erection fundraiser. Or my town hall style wet t-shirt contest for community outreach. Or my best idea, which was this yard sign. There was a photo of a woman in a wet t-shirt. But the t-shirt said, elect Drubman 2018, or alternately erect Drubman 2018. See, man, I was working on some subliminal next level shit. My daddy just wasn't on that tip, you know? I mean, I was thinking like, You looking at the titties, but his message is gonna sneak in, man. And then from then on, you're walking around, and every time you see titties, you're thinking about my daddy.
I guess I should feel bad for taking human lives, even if they are a bunch of doomsday dildos. But honestly, I just want a drink and a foot rub. Don't quote me on that when you gotta testify about this shit show in the Supreme Court someday, though.
My plane's a beaut, ain't she? All this time. I hope my plane's around when my kid's old enough to fly. I want him to fly 'em like I do, not like my dad or my grandpa. They flew in wars, so I didn't have to. But now, I don't know if my kid's ever gonna get the chance. Not with these fuckers around here. People are scared, man. I may never have gone to war, but since they came after my family, I sure as hell am gonna give 'em one.
A lot of Peggies love Faith for a bunch of reasons. They're gonna be gunning for you now. Gunning for all of us. The only way to fight? That's simple. We gotta outgun them.
Kim's got relatives up north in Canada. They're nice and all, but different. Did you know Canada's still owned by the British royal people? 1776 never happened up in Canada. It's weird up there. I'll go there for safety and free health care, but I wouldn't live there forever.
Faith had to be put down. All those drugs poisoning people's minds, it was fucked up and had to stop. People here will be thinking clearer and seeing less ghosts.
Did you know those doomsday dildos took over the salon where I get my Brazilians? I wouldn't trust those Peggies to wax my ex's asshole, let alone my most prized possession.
Okay, confession time. I don't know shit about giving birth or baby stuff. They kicked me out of the prenatal classes. All 'cause I demanded they talk about shit in inches, not centimeters. If Kim's having contractions, I'm not gonna do math to figure out what 10 centimeters is. We're in America, man, not Europe, for fuck's sake.
We all knew where this was going with Jacob. That army of his was either gonna win this fight or lose it. I'm glad it went our way.
Kim's parents practically disowned her when she told them we was getting married. Settling down in the middle of Montana was not exactly the future they had in mind for her. They didn't give this place a chance. When they came here for the wedding, they were here for just 6 hours. And they call the people here close-minded.
I always knew someone was gonna come along, kill John Seed, and change things for the better. I honestly thought it was gonna be me. Nice work, Deputy. I'm in it for the long haul with you, no matter what.
Man, oh man! I can't believe how close we are to ending all this Eden's Gate bullshit. Look, if you need more time to finish things, that's fine by me, but don't take too long. Joseph Seed's cornered, and he's gonna do some last stand type of bullshit.
Tactically, that was the right decision to take down the head of Eden's Gate's army. It's gonna be a little easier from here on out. These Peggy soldiers need a leader to tell them what to do. Without one, they're gonna be hopeless.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. If anybody finds my chest flap, hang on to it for me. It's about a foot long, is my skin tone, and has the word greed tattooed on it.
Joseph Seed's family is gone. He's gonna be vulnerable and running on emotion. He won't be thinking straight. If we're putting this to a vote, I'd say we close this chapter for good, as soon as possible.
We got the whole Seed family except for the big cheese. I'm ready to take on that man-bun, yellow glasses, hipster motherfucker whenever you are, Deputy.
If you want to think things through or tie shit up, I get it, and I don't get it. We're so close to finishing off Eden's Gate. We may as well go for it, sooner rather than later. It's your call, ultimately.
Oh, yeah! Suck it, Jacob Seed! Your big bad army was beat by a bunch of untrained redneck hillbillies and mountain folk. All that training and prepping y'all did was a complete waste of time.
When I was competing, the goal was do the best. Top 3 get medals. When I was in Afghanistan, it was take out the bad guys. Help the locals. Here, who knows how this'll play out.
I bet Jacob Seed probably talked about how he's right and we're all wrong. Fuck him. You saw what that motherfucker done to people and dogs. Fuck him or whatever he said.
The Peggies have been trying to hunt me down. Amateurs. They got all these weapons, but don't know how to use them. If they hit you, 9 times out of 10, it's dumb luck.
Nice one taking out Faith Seed. She was one whacked-out hippie drug lord chick. Between you and me, I couldn't figure out if she was Joseph Seed's sister, daughter, wife, or all of the above. One thing's for sure, the whole situation was gross.
The Peggies got a simple MO. Take what they need, or want, and burn the rest. If we don't stop them, Hope County's gonna be ashes and a lot more people are gonna suffer.
I'm happy some of this fucking fog has been lifted here. Now I can see y'all when I'm talking to y'all. I don't have a problem talking to fog or clouds. I mean, I do it all the time when I'm up here. But it's nice seeing the tops of your heads is all.
Not sure how much you know about me. A lot of people talk about my bronze medal like it's a big deal. I was third best in the world at shooting targets 50 meters away. It was important then, ain't important now.
I gotta say it out loud. We killed John Seed! Oh, yeah! Oh. Shouting. It hurts my chest hole.
Folks around here say I would have been safe inside our bunker. John Seed knew about it. The thing was made to survive a nuke or something, not no crazy-ass cult. A locked door don't make you safe from someone who really wants to get in. At least driving out, we had a chance.
There's a lot of history to my plane. My grandpa bought it. The Postal Service hired him to transport mail. My daddy used it like a charter plane for rich people back when the Valley had money. I put a machine gun on it. You tell me who used it best.
It's weird what can pop into your head when things are stressful. For some reason, I'm remembering a list I saw on the most stressful things in life. Death of a spouse is number 1. Then divorce, moving. Death of a parent was like number 11. I don't get why that's not higher. Don't think dealing with a doomsday cult was on that list.
Kim's parents said they won't visit us 'cause they're too scared. They said this before the cult really started terrorizing us. Like a lot of non-Americans, they have an idea of what we're like. They get their opinions from the old TV shows they see. I know there are a lot of guns around, but honestly, the non-cult people are nice fucking people.
I pulled the trigger on a lot of high-value targets over in Afghanistan. Sometimes I'd get their names, most times I didn't. I trusted the higher-ups to select a target. Handing over responsibility can be freeing, but shit'll catch up with them. Deep down, all those Peggies know what they're doing to others is wrong.
Whenever there's a neighbor in need, everyone around here pitches in. A couple of days after we told some people we were pregnant, we got all this secondhand baby shit from everybody. John Seed stole all of it the next day, but when word got around, people started bringing us more baby shit. I don't know how they did it, but they did it.
Want to guess how many high-value targets I missed when I was in Afghanistan? 0. It's all about the windows of opportunity and being patient. We'll get Joseph Seed, no doubt about it. If it's not today, it'll be tomorrow or the next day. If I get to pull the trigger on him, he won't be dying quick. I know exactly where to hit him to drag out the suffering. The Peggies are taking pages from the same playbook I saw get used over in Afghanistan. Marking houses, out in public violence. It's all to scare people into submitting, surrendering, and joining. I think anyone who is going to join the cult has already done it. Can't see anybody being on the fence after all this.